what we're doing now is just knock down some of those edges. This is a quick, easy, inexpensive way to fix this type of damage. If you ask a stucco guy this, he's gonna say it's not the correct way, but it works. It's hard, it'll last for years. Just a alternative to stucco and having one of those guys come out here because they're pretty expensive.
If you're thinking about starting a pressure washing business, but you want to learn more about the equipment, mixing chemicals, how to clean every surface on a residential job site, property protection, and much, much more, check out the How to Wash course. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description.
It's Jason, we called a fix. We're here at a customer's house. We're gonna be doing some stucco repair, some soffit and fascia board repair, and a little bit of painting. Let's do it.
Today we're going to be following around Jason to see how he makes over $500 a day with his handyman business. But if you have a service business and need help keeping up with customers, sending invoices, estimates, or collecting payments, check out QuoteIQ linked in the comment section and the description of this video. We're giving away 2 MacBooks next month to 2 premium or platinum subscribers of the app. Also, if you need help with your Facebook ads, check out my Facebook ads course, first link in the comment section and the description of this video. Absolutely crushes for every service business, and it's helped us land multiple $10,000 jobs like this one. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Jason.
This is a stucco repair. It's not the way you should do it. It's a quick fix for something like this. This is just your high bond Bondo. You kind of just want to look at the area and determine how much you need.
So do you do a lot of these stucco repairs?
Yes, just stuff like this. Sometimes the customer will try and hang something in their stucco and not use the right method of hanging something and end up wallowing out a big hole, and it's kind of unsightly. What you're trying to do here is just build it up. So we'll let that harden. This is called a Match Pro. Bluetooth to your phone. It's like a little lens. Place it on the wall and it tells you what color. You can see right here it says if it's a fair match, a good match. This is saying it's fair. I've used it quite a bit.
It's usually pretty close.
The only mistake I've made is when I do interior stuff. If it's a flat paint and you do a satin, it almost looks like it's 2 different colors because they're finished.
Who taught you all this? Did you learn any of this on YouTube, or was it all just kind of self-taught?
I've owned several food businesses throughout my life, and there's a lot of maintenance when it comes to those businesses. I've tackled a lot of it myself and just learned. When I would pay an AC guy to come out and they charged me $800, I would sit right next to him and I'm like, show me what you're doing. I want to see how you've done it. Same with plumbing stuff. I was a trim carpenter for a few years when I moved back from Florida. I like to do more carpentry stuff, but I can do just about everything. So what we're doing now is just knock down some of those edges. This is a quick, easy, inexpensive way to fix this type of damage. If you ask a stucco guy this, he's gonna say it's not the correct way, but it works. It's hard, it'll last for years. Just a alternative to stucco and having one of those guys come out here because they're pretty expensive. Friday I came by and we rebuilt the corners here, the soffits and the fascia board. They're pretty damaged. So I caulked everything. The ends were still pretty good. There were some kind of soft spots. So instead of going ahead and replacing the whole wood, I cut out all the little bit of rock that was up there, and we kind of did a Bondo job on it. So right now we're going to sand it and there's some paint on it and be done. The same thing back here. When I rebuilt this, there was a sizable gap back there where they just put a big caulk bead, and what happened is it shrunk and it was exposed. So when this water would hit this and come down, it would just roll into that gap, and all this was rotten. So what I did is I took a piece of 2-inch trim, butted it up, nailed it, and siliconed it. So at least now when it comes, this should all rain down. What does hit this should fall down here and not roll back. This client is about to sell his house, so we went and got a pre-inspection done. One of the things they pointed out was there's no plastic. I thought it might have had a wood rot a little bit up here, but it's not. They had actually put some roof caulking. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna sand this a little bit, I'm gonna repaint it, and then I'm gonna do some flashing right here. This brings up a good tip for a handyman. Get used to painting and matching paint, because usually homeowners, every once in a while you'll find some that keep their original paint that they have. But most of the time you're color matching and you're having to go get full quarts of paint. I did a sheetrock job for a person in the garage the other day, and when I wrote the estimate, I wrote patch, caulked, and primed. She was out of town when I did the job for her. When she comes back, she's like, oh, you didn't paint it. I was like, well, that wasn't part of the thing. If you want, I can come back, but it's going to be a charge for that. When you're doing this kind of work, you got to imagine when somebody wants you to fix a problem, they're assuming that you're going to paint it as well. Sometimes that's not the case.
What would you say the biggest mistake is that you've made in this business?
I try to learn from my past mistakes in businesses. I don't have a very big trailer, so I can't put every single tool that I'll ever need in there. So my garage is kind of my catch-all, and I try to go through the paces of what I'm going to be doing at that job to get all the tools that I need. And it never fails. I did a job 25 minutes from here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. It was like, oh, I won't need this tool. And I was setting a toilet and doing a faucet. The tool I needed was a faucet tool. It's like a multi-tool for putting in a sink. I was like, I'm not gonna need that.
Leaving tools behind probably.
Yeah, leaving tools behind. I'd say, honestly, the biggest mistake is probably underquoting. As far as the job, my time it takes. But I kind of chalk that up to just being new. Not every job's gonna be perfect. Sometimes you You're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. No pun intended, handyman. All these were rotten around here, so I took those off and I used Duraprime. So now I'm going to caulk everything, let it dry, and we'll come back and we'll paint that. I was in the restaurant business for a long time, and there's a thing called wet hand, dry hand. When you're frying food, kind of the same thing when you're caulking. So you want dry towel, wet finger. All that caulking I did up there, the reason it was kind of like looking kind of crazy is because we were out here, it was 40 degrees and I was out here caulking it. Take your wet towel, wet your finger so it won't stick on your finger. Dry towel, wipe off your, I do it in sections because you end up wiping a lot of this stuff off. I'm kind of trying to just force it into that crack a little bit.
Alright guys, so I didn't do a great job of shooting an outro for this video, but we ended the day after painting the stucco that Jason repaired on the front of the house. We were both really surprised at how well it matched. I'm definitely going to have to get one of those paint matching tools because I didn't even know that that kind of technology even existed. I also shot a tour of Jason's tools in his trailer, but I'm going to save that for another video. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever that drops. And if you guys have any feedback for me on what I can do to make this type of video better or what other services you guys would like to see, let me know down in the comment section. The word of the day on this one's going to be Handyman. So if you made it this far in the video, comment down below Handyman and I'll hashtag you a real one. But my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.